Alright, hello. So, this is segment 6 of 8 of the women's USBC final, and hope by now you know all the players on both teams, so we'll skip that part. At this point, we had just picked up a few more imps in our previous quarter, so we were leading by a pretty healthy margin. So the goal was really just to go in there and play bridge and not give up the lead that we had, basically. So we start here with this board. I went pass, my right hand opponent opened a club, and I had a 17 count. So I overcalled one no trump. And I went pass, and my partner transferred B to hearts, and we played it there. And the way the hand is actually, because the jack of clubs is, well, I mean, actually all three club honors are in my right hand opponent's hand, but if my left hand opponent did have the jack and one of the top honors, then they could beat it by leading a club and getting their club tricks before I could set up the diamonds. But not super unsurprisingly, all the honors were in RHO's hand, and I was in two hearts, so it's pretty hard to go down in two hearts. So I decided to win the ace of spades here, preserve the entry to my hand, and try leading the nine of diamonds, which was covered. So now once this was covered, I can see that I have a late spade entry to my hand, and I can drive out the diamonds for some number of pitches. So even if trumps are 4-1, I'll be totally fine in two hearts. And of course, trumps were 3-2, so I was able to overtake this to lead a diamond up in case my righty had the king and the queen, but she didn't. So I think then I won this trick, and then just gave up three clubs at the end. And obviously, if I was in four hearts, then I would have to play it a little differently. At the other table, they did push to four hearts and made it, so I could tell this was probably not going to be like a small lose position. Alright, so the next board, I feel like we had a really good auction here. My partner opened one spade, and I bid two clubs, game forcing. She responded two diamonds. I bid three clubs, and now she bid three spades. And for us, really, we would rebid our spades first. I mean, since we're from the DC area, we care about our majors. So her three spade bid doesn't really show that she has extra spades. I think that there was probably a miscommunication here with the Vugraph operator. It just shows that she has spade concentration and probably not a great heart stopper, that she doesn't really want to bid no trump. So over this, I also don't really want to play no trump. I have enough hands that I think that we'll probably be making four spades or five clubs, and I didn't really want to risk no trump. And as you can see, no trump will go down on a diamond lead because the club finesse is offside. The club finesse is onside, then everything will make. And so I bid four hearts, which I intended as a good raise to four spades, like a doubleton raise, and my partner bid five clubs, which I think means that she didn't really want to play four spades. She would rather play in the 6-2 or the 7-2 club fit. And anyway, we passed it out, and as you can see, slam is going to be on that same club hook, which is offside today. And at the other table, they did bid to a slam, and went down because of that. So that was a little lucky for us, and I felt like this was probably a win position because there are a lot of places to go wrong here. Like, you might get to a slam, or you might try 3-0, which goes down. Alright, so the next board. East opened multi, and Carrie tried 3-0 trump. And my partner led her fourth best spade, which I won. And I can see no reason to switch to any other suit, obviously. Although, as it turns out, I think if I switch to a club, it would be just fine. But obviously I'm not going to do that. So then I continued the nine of spades. This is partially so that I can play a pusher through, but also to start unblocking the suit for my partner. And she played back a spade, and Carrie ran a few diamonds, and I pitched a low heart followed by a high heart to let my partner know that I had the ace, since if I didn't have the ace, I wouldn't be able to just pitch my hearts like that, because I wanted to let her know that she can keep her spades. And, you know, kind of nothing really to the rest of the hand. I went up and when I was in, played a spade to partner for down one. So a pretty normal board. Now the next board, the auction went a diamond, a spade, a no trump. Irina tried 4 spades. And I was on lead with this kind of gross hand, and I hate leading from kings. It's so gross, but like sometimes it's right, and you know, I wish that it could just never be right, so that I would never even have to consider it. But my options here were to lead from my 3 small diamonds in declares open suit, or to lead from my king fifth. And I think that I just had to lead from my king fifth. And as you can see, this is not a situation where leading from your king is right. Leading from the small diamonds will actually net you another under trick, I believe. But what can you do? Same lead at both tables, I believe, and against the same contract. And the contract just drifts down to with the 4-2 spade break, and then both the diamond honors offside. So if I had led a non-club being a diamond, or a spade, actually. A spade would work, but I'm not really going to lead a spade from jack and 1, I think. Then we would have beaten at 3. So, kind of normal, but kind of, I mean, I could tell that Irina's bid was a little aggressive, so I thought it was possible we pick up on this board. Then the next board, Carrie opened a club, my partner overcalled a spade, East doubled, I bid 2 spades, which shows a bad race. And she bid 3 hearts, and Irina kicked it in. And my partner led a spade from 5 of them, and didn't find me with gold here. And in order to make this contract, you have to jump through a few hoops. Like, you have to guess hearts right, I think. And you also have to have the timing to pitch your well, if you guess hearts right, then you're going to lose 1 heart, 1 club at this point, and 1 diamond for sure, and you have to be able to pitch your thing on the 4th club. So I think you have to do some gymnastics here to really make 4 hearts, and it's possible the defense can set you anyway. But so she tried a heart up, which I won with the queen, since I think this is the more deceptive play, because it's going to be harder for my partner to duck from the queen versus to duck from the king. So then I could clearly see that diamonds was the suit I needed to play through. And I had a few options. I could have played the 9 of diamonds through, or I could play the 4 of diamonds through. I decided to just play the 4 of diamonds through to give my partner count. I figured that she would probably be able to divine the diamond position. So Carrie thought for a while and then put up the queen, went king, and my partner continued diamonds. And at this point, I think she can guess the hearts to get out for down 1, but when she doesn't do that, then she's just always booked for down 2, I think. And at the other table, I think they got a diamond lead into the queen, which and then they guessed hearts right, so that allowed them to make the contract. Alright, so this was a very tough board here. My partner opened a heart, and I bid a spade, it went double, and my partner bid 2 spades, which shows 4. So naturally I was like, oh my god. So I continued with 3 diamonds, and my partner jumped to 4 spades. And so I clearly want to... You know, actually, I mean, I wasn't actually even 100% sure I wanted to bid again, but I thought I just had a little too much that I couldn't really pass. So I couldn't bid 5. 4 no trump would obviously be key card. 5 clubs would be something I don't have. So my options were 5 diamonds and 5 hearts. And after bidding 3 diamonds, it felt like 5 diamonds was going to show too much diamond concentration. What I really wanted was a club control from my partner. So I thought that I could bid 5 hearts to, as a forward-going slam try. I think that this auction here, to me, looks like I don't have a club control. And Beth wasn't sure, and her spades were very weak, and so she just signed off. And I didn't feel too bad, honestly, about not being in slam at this point, because I thought that my hand is good, but it's not a clear-cut invite here. So they led the king of diamonds, and I can see that if the hearts break, then I'm gonna have no problem. But if the hearts don't break, then slam is just gonna be on leading a club up. So I think I played out a few tricks, and then I asked if hearts break, and they said no, and then, like I said, I was going to lead a club up or something like that for making 6. In the other table, they got to the slam, so we lost 13 imps here. So I think that with the state of the match, expecting that the other team is going to be pushing to the slams, I definitely want to be in this slam if I know that partner has a club control. And I think Beth and I discussed this auction afterwards. So hopefully we'll be more on the same page in the future. Alright, so basically nothing has happened in this match so far. We're still up by the same amount, roughly. Here I had an interesting decision. I had a 17 count, and we play 14 to 16 no trump. So my options were to open a spade and rebid 2 no trump, or just to open 1 no trump. And I think that someone pointed out to me afterwards that if I had a 5-card minor instead of a 5-card major, that you would just open your minor and jump to 2 no problem. But that when you have the 5-card major, suddenly it feels like opening a spade and jumping to 2 no trump isn't a good description of your hand anymore. So we were white, so I just decided to open a no trump. It kind of felt like my hand was not like super good looking. All my points were in my short suits, and I could be wrong, but it ended up working out on this board. My partner passed with her 8 count, and game has no play. The most you can get on this hand is you can get 3 clubs and 3 diamonds and 2 hearts, which is 8 tricks. And you would basically need a favorable diamond position to get more than that. Somewhat favorable. You need king third of diamonds or king in 1 or singleton king on side. But you don't have to really sweat any of this stuff when you're playing in 1 no trump. And actually, the 7 of spades, once they lead that, you can slowly force out a spade trick. But you might not have the timing before they shift to hearts. So here I was in 1 no trump, and I didn't really have any problems here. I just decided to play it safe for my contract, figuring that it was basically impossible they were in the same contract at the other table. So I just drove out the diamond and declined the club finesse for making 1. And they were in 3-0 at the other table, going down 1, so this was a small pickup for us because of my questionable judgment here. So now I open multi. 2 diamonds showing a weak 2 and hearts or spades. It was spades this time. And carryover called 2-0. And arena transferred to 3 hearts, and then bid 4 hearts, which I think they both agreed this was a mild slam try. Very mild slam try, as it turns out. And there's really not anything to this contract, I think. Let's see. I remember the defense was a little weird. So it went a card to the king, and Carrie played a club, and a spade back to the ruff, and the king of clubs, and the 9 of clubs, and now she ruffed that, and cashed the ace of hearts, and they were breaking, so then she gave up a diamond. Nothing to it. The other table, they played a interesting contract of 3 no trump. I think they had a slight bidding problem, and they fixed it by just bidding 3 no, basically. So I think that they made 2 up tricks for 460 versus 450, so we won the BAM. So now I opened a heart, my partner bid a no trump, and I didn't have anywhere to go, so I passed. And they found a pretty good defense here. They led the 10 of spades, which went around to the king. And Beth has a few different things to do now. She can work on hearts or diamonds. She chose to take a heart finesse at this point. And a spade came back around to the queen. And now she went on diamonds, and Irina ducked 2 rounds. So now she was on the board, so she tried a club up, and Carrie put up the queen, which was a very good play. And now the 9 of spades came through, and if Beth had ducked the 9 of spades, then presumably Irina would have played a heart through, and she would have been in roughly the same position. What she kind of had to guess to do was to duck this trick, then on the heart return go up with the ace of hearts, and now lead a club, and eventually I think she can score like more tricks, but I don't know if she's making it still. So they ended up beating her too. So it was a very good defense on this board, for sure. Alright, so now the next board, Beth opened 3 spades, and it went pass, pass, double, pass, 3 no trump. And this, sometimes on these auctions you would lead like your secret attacking suit or whatever, but here I was almost certain that someone was short in clubs and it was my partner. And since I didn't have any outside entries, I decided that I would just lead my partner's suit, hope for the best. And there was really nothing to this board. She took a practice finesse in hearts and then tried a diamond, which and she was surprised when both diamond honors were on side, so then she played a club up and my partner showed out, so that was marked. And so yeah, nothing to this board. Everything works, and you literally can't go wrong on this hand for a push. So board 26, now Irina opened a club, and here I made a very aggressive overcall. I didn't have to do it, but I was 6-5, so I thought I'd try a diamond. And Carrie bid 2 diamonds, and went double by my partner, showing something in diamonds. And Irina bid 3 diamonds, and she bid 3 no. And basically, if you can look at both our hands, you can see that all they're off is the ace-king of diamonds. And unfortunately, those tricks don't go anywhere if we don't lead a diamond. So we did cash our 2 diamonds, and they made 11 tricks, but at the other table the auction just went 2 no, 6 no, and we didn't cash our 2 diamonds, but you still only have 11 tricks anyway. So kind of an unfortunate result for us. And I think that probably it's not great to overcall on that hand, but sometimes good stuff happens when you bid. Of course, sometimes bad stuff happens when you bid too. My main concern is usually how much safety I have when I'm bidding, and with the 6-5 shape I didn't feel like I was going to have that much problem in terms of the opponents going after me. And of course the other thing is that my partner knows that I can overcall light sometimes, so she's never going to take me too seriously when the opponents are bidding a lot. Alright, so now I have a pretty normal opener. I opened a club, partner bid a spade. I made a support double. They bid 2 hearts, and she bid 2 spades, showing 5. And they competed to 3 hearts, and I didn't really have any reason to bid on, so I passed. And if you look at this hand, there's really nothing to it. They have to lose 2 spades, a diamond, and 2 clubs here. But she did well to play on clubs last after basically eliminating the hand, ensuring that she was only going to lose 2 club tricks. Of course, here I was just happy we were beating it. But at the other table, they were allowed to play 2 spades, which made, so again, we lost a couple more imps here. So now, my partner opened a spade, I bid a no trump, she bid 2 diamonds, I bid 2 spades. And this is a little bit of a dangerous contract here. It can make, but it's not super trivial. So they let a heart, and Beth played on spades, they continued hearts, and now she decided that maybe if she played a diamond, maybe she should ruff a diamond loser. They continued hearts, which she ruffed, and tried a club up here, and they continued clubs, and now she tried to ruff her diamond loser, but unfortunately when this happened, the roof caved in. They were able to over-ruff this diamond, and now they're able to play a club, which their partner ruffed with the ace, and now another diamond to give her partner another trump trick. So that was a little unfortunate, for sure. And I believe they said at the other table that they could have beaten it on the other declarer's line of play as well. But, so then we lost a few more imps here. Then this happened, which was good. Beth opened one spade, I raised all of 2 spades, and as you can see, this contract hinges on bringing in spades for one loser. So you have 2 ways to play it. You can play east for the long spades or west for the long spades. Of course, you would just play for split honors normally. And if you play west for the long spades, then what you do is you lead a spade towards the board to the jack. If they sky, you finesse, and if they don't sky, you try to drop it. And the other way, you can play a spade to the 10 and then try the ace. And the spade to the 10 is a better play because it also picks up honor onside. So that's what Beth tried, which happened to work. So they passed out this board at the other table and we won 3 imps. Yay! And now I think this is the final board. Yep. So East opened 1 diamond and I made a takeout double. And Carrie bid a heart. Partner had nothing to say. They bid a no trump. I tried doubling again. Carrie bid 2 clubs, and they weren't exactly on the same page here. Carrie intended 2 clubs to play, and Arena thought she should give a heart preference. So they ended up playing 2 hearts, which unfortunately is just cold because the hearts are 3-3 and you're only in 2 hearts. So she led her singleton club, and I kind of guessed that she had long clubs and only 4 hearts, so I wanted to play on diamonds to see what was going on here, and she ruffed and tried a club, which my partner ruffed. I think we still can't beat it, yeah. And a diamond, and she ruffed, and now she did well here. She just didn't take this finesse here and just played the ace of hearts, and now I think her plan is to just continue the clubs, and she'll be able to pitch 1 diamond, and with the king of spades she can get back to her hand and pitch the rest of the spades. So I think that she made exactly 2 here. And at the other table they played a much less stressful contract of 3 clubs for a dull push. So that was the 6th set, and we had a few good results, like when they bid a slam going down and when they went down in game at our table that they made at the other table. And then the opponents had a few good results of getting to slam when we weren't in a slam, and also stopping in 3-0 off the ace-king of diamonds was a good result for them for sure. And then we had some dribs and drabs around, and overall it ended up with us down 16 imps for the set, which it was a little annoying to lose a few imps, but definitely 16 imps was something that we could handle. So then we went on to the next round.